You're watching Eyewitness News. Live at 5, we start with breaking news in uptown Charlotte. A truck that was custom made for Hornet star LaMelo Ball involved in a crash in uptown Charlotte. And now that crash has shut down the Gold Line. Take a look here at this camouflage truck. You can see the front left wheel was torn off in the collision. I'm Scott Wickersham.
And I'm Erica Bryant. Right here you can see LaMelo Ball getting out of that vehicle. Channel 9's Evan Donovan live right now on the scene on East Trade Street. Evan?
A pretty active scene down here, folks, right in the center of uptown at Trade and Tryon. One of the vehicles involved in the crash, not Melo's car, was just taken away by the tow truck. The other, Melo's vehicle, is right behind me here, but you can't quite see it because of that light rail vehicle that's in the way. We do have some video, though. I talked to an Uber driver who was pulled up right here, dropping someone off as the crash happened, and we have that video for you now.
Jeez.
All right, you saw the gnats of the crash there. You heard that natural sound, of the crash there happening right in the middle of uptown. The reverberation off the buildings, I'm told it was very loud here. You're looking at some Chopper 9 VO next here. We have our Chopper over top of the crash from just after it happened. We were listening on the scanners and were able to get Chopper up in the air to show you just how what the commotion was like right afterwards. We got here a few minutes later, right here on the ground, and shot some video. There were lots of people around the two vehicles, as you might imagine. Melo, it looked like, was getting out of his car, was talking to the police at some point when we were here with that situation earlier, and then we saw him get into another car and drive away. We have video, I believe, of that here. You can see what's happening. We also talked to that Uber driver about exactly how the crash happened. It appears as though Melo was traveling east on Trade Street and was on Tryon Street. We talked to that driver. Let's hear it straight from him. Okay. And what about Melo? Were there anybody else in the car with him?
I didn't see him personally, but you know there was several people surrounding the vehicle when it happened, so not 100% sure who's who.
Right, right.
And another vehicle pulled up just after it, probably 2 minutes after it. There was a Lamborghini that they stuck around for a few minutes and then left. So
is that the car that took Melo away? Did you see him get in the car?
I believe it may have. I can't say for sure.
Well, let's make sure we got the details right there. So the witnesses tell me that the gray Kia sedan was going east on Trade and that Melo was going west on Trade and tried to take a left onto Tryon right here, and that's when he crashed into that other vehicle. I was able to speak with the father of the girl who was driving that vehicle. He was just here a moment ago trying to talk to some witnesses. He got the video from that person, the Uber driver, who was able to capture it on his dash cam. We hope to talk to him a little bit later on this evening, but I can tell you for right now, he tells me his daughter is doing okay. She was taken to the hospital. We'll, of course, check on her and provide more info for you as soon as we get it. For now, live in Uptown, Evan Donovan, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, hope she's okay. Looked like LaMelo moved out on his own. Hopefully, no injuries are serious. Evan, thank you.
Listen, man, here's what really happened. Something seriously just happened involved in NBA star LaMelo Ball, a custom truck, big crash in the middle of the city. And trust me, this one had people shaken. Anyway, guys, what happened, man? Welcome back to the channel. If you're here for the first time, man, this is real talk, real talk and real discussion. So we're gonna discuss this because this thing is serious. The accident is happening every day. This involves lives, and then we definitely have to understand when it comes to us normal people and the celebrities, how life is viewed. Sometimes we want to discuss or we want to understand if it's fair or if it's not fair, if it's right or if it's wrong. It's just open discussion, and then when we get news like that, it is very appropriate, guys, to create a dialogue and to discuss it. So welcome back to the channel. Like I said, guys, if you're there for the first time, let's do some discussion. Let's talk about this. Okay, today we're talking about a situation that just unfolding in uptown Charlotte, and it's really intense. It's really intense. So, okay, hear this. This happened right in the heart of the city trade and Tryon, yes. LaMelo custom truck, yeah. The one specially made for him end up in a serious collision, And because of that crash, the whole goal line get shut down. Yeah, now imagine this. You in the city, everything normal, and then boom. A loud impact echoing through the buildings. People stop, turn, trying to figure out what just, happened. Now, the thing is, witnesses say that crash was loud, guys, not small. Nothing small about it. Really, really, really loud. And when you see the vehicle, man, the front left wheel completely tear off, gone. You know what I mean? This custom vehicle. I could just imagine, from what reporters say, saying LaMelo was making a turn when he collided with a gray. Let me see if I can see it. Yeah, when he collided with a gray sedan. Everything happened fast, just seconds, guys. Now, one Uber driver right there actually catch the whole thing on a dash cam. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now is what happened after that. Now, guys, after the crash, LaMelo stepped out of the vehicle, talking to the police, cool, composed. Shortly after, he jumped into another car and leave the scene. Now, leaving the scene, even if you give a report to the police, guys, the way I know it, well, from where I'm from, you don't leave the scene until everything is over. Then you check, because remember there's another driver in question, so I'm thinking for you to leave the scene, it means that you're above the law in some way. You know what I mean? So that is where we have to talk about. That's what we have to talk about now. This is the discussion, because now we're talking about celebrity and the normal person, So it was just for me crazy knowing that, just after you give your just after you talk to the police, you just leave the scene. And get this, guys, a Lamborghini even pull up right after the whole scene. Just turned into a real spectacle, man. I'm telling you, a real spectacle, because just imagine now people are wondering, okay, what's happening? What's going on? Is everybody's okay? And now you're just leaving the scene on a Lamborghini. Real celebrity style, man. This is what I'm talking about, bro. This is what I'm talking about. This there right there is not this picture is not right. Now there's an important part, and that's a part I was really concerned about. The young woman in the other vehicle was taken to the hospital, but thankfully, reporters saying that she's doing okay. You know what I mean? She's doing okay, and that's why I do this video to let people understand that when it comes to an accident, guys, there's no rich and famous and poor, and everybody is equal, because injury doesn't sit on the poor or the rich. It's across the board. Guys, real talk, this just show how fast life could just change. You know what I mean? Just change. The second everything calm, next second everything just flip. And then it doesn't matter who is celebrity or regular person, anything could happen in a split second. So yeah, no serious injuries reported so far, and we're thankful for that. I'm definitely thankful for that. But this situation definitely got people talking. Yeah, people have to be talking, because one thing I do know about people is this. In spite of the fact that people seems to be so busy on their own, the whole phone and the technology, people still care about people. People still feel. We still have the feeling, guys. we still have the compassion when something happen, especially in America. One thing I like about America, they do when something happen, an incident happen, accident or whatever, they always go out. You see them all the time on the news. Really do help out. All right, guys. So let me know what you think down below. You feel like this was just an accident, or you think it could have been avoided? Talk to me in the comment. Just tell me what you think, guys. Yeah, so we can further discuss those things, those issues that people just talking about, but nothing really happened. I definitely want to build a community where we can have this discussion and we can understand and let people know, especially people who are up there, know that it's not always okay to do things, and just because if you got it right, you have money, you can just change things around. All right, okay, guys. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. More real story coming your way. Respect, blessing. I'll see you in the next one.